So I almost died in my first job when I was in high school. I was in Alaska. Have you ever seen The Deadliest Catch?
Yeah.
Yeah, I worked in a gift shop. But this being an Alaska gift shop, we sold the ulu. Are you familiar with the ulu?
No.
It's an Eskimo knife. It's known to be the sharpest knife in the world. It looks like something that Wesley Snipes would have used in Blade if he was cutting a walrus into cubes. So I'm working the counter one day. I'm 14 years old, and this giant Hell's Angel dude comes up to the counter carrying 2 ulus to take to his kids back home or to serial kill or something. And he gives me his credit card, and I swipe his credit card, and it comes back on the machine with a code. And ordinarily that code is 00, which means approved, but this code was 32, and I looked on the little sheet, and it said, confiscate and destroy card. So I look at the Hell's Angel, and I look at the code, and I look at the Hell's Angel, and I look at the code, and now any rational person at that point would have re-swiped the card, probably called the number on the back of the card to verify this. Me being the 14-year-old law-abiding Boy Scout that I was, I looked the Hell's Angel in the eyes, took the card, took out a pair of scissors, and cut the card in half. At this point, he said a word that was so bad that I think it goosed me into puberty. And as I took a step backwards, I looked down at the sheet again with the codes, and I noticed that the code for confiscate and destroy card was very similar to the code for network communication error. In fact, it was the code for network communication error. Now, at this point, any rational person would call over the manager and try to find out a solution for this. Me, being the clever 14-year-old Boy Scout that I was, I pushed the 2 pieces of the card back together, took out a piece of Scotch tape, and Scotch taped the card together as if that somehow would be a plausible solution. As if he could walk into any store and hand them a Scotch tape credit card and purchase goods and services. No. At this point, he said another bad word, which I think I didn't learn the meaning of until the 3rd year of college. And so, again, calling over the manager would have been a good gambit. Instead, I said the following words. Would you like to choose another form of payment? As if he was going to hand me his wallet and let me bifurcate the rest of his credit cards and bills. So I didn't make the sale. He actually called over the manager, and that was the last week I worked at Grizzly Gift. The management was nice enough to offer me another job, however, so the next week I started working in the little boutique hotel that they also managed next door. The highlight of that was one lovely July evening where I sent a young couple up to the honeymoon suite, and then an hour later sent another young couple up to the same honeymoon suite. Thank you very much.